Ah, fuck it, 2 seconds early. That's how we do it. Hey, and welcome everyone. I hope you had a great week. Today, we have a very special stream coming up. Our very first secret level stream, which you have unlocked. Community effort with your skill points. Admittedly, with the goal being way too low. But still, you worked hard for it. Let me go through the chat real quick. So I see here Anethera, Tybor, and Nizimna. Thank you for the follow. I hope you will enjoy today's stream and all the future ones I will do. I hope you're doing well, all of you. Icy Deck, yes, you were first. Rayfish, welcome. Corpoik, who else do I see? I see Toasty. Toasty, welcome to the Toast stream. My brother from another mother. Mirosi is there as well. Fucking awesome. Toastbot, welcome Toastbot. He's one of the most, loyal viewers. Always there, always kicking. Zirael. Zirael. Oh, Siri. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Which dimension did you fly towards us? That's cool. Ah, look at those emojis. They're fantastic. Simar, hello. Tancho, hey, welcome. I hope you're all doing great. Mythis, you too. Danya, Research, Medicamentos. Oh, Medicamentos, I haven't seen you in a while. Awesome to have you back. Who else? Oh man, there's so many. Sarasi, hello. Lexicon. Zoryasha, aha, there you go. Good Married, David. I think Simar already mentioned. I'm not sure. I forgot. All right, I think that's everything. See, this is the luxury you have from just being a small stream. You get like a very personal, intimate treatment by me. Philip is there as well. Look at that. We have Philip joining by, our acting quest lead. Longtime colleague of mine. Also fellow German. He has prepared something very special for us today. We'll get to that in a second. Machiavelli. Hey, Toz, I came from Pavel Sasku's Cyberpunk stream. Glad you made the jump. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you'll have fun. Okay, guys. Before we, I get lost doing I couldn't do this all night, right? But we obviously have stuff to do. And I have some guests waiting, right? So I will get them in. And before we go to things like patch notes and all that stuff, I'll actually get our guests in, because today is a bit different. After all, we're going to have a bit more fun than usual, I hope. Otherwise, it's always like very serious theory, theory crafting, very dry, that. But today, we will allow a bit of fun. I asked the German fun police, and they said it's cool. So let me unmute them. I have put them in a little cage. I'm trying to get them out. Where the fuck is the audio mixer? Volume mixer, there we go. And you should hear them now. Hello, so with me is my dear colleague Mark Foreman. Mark Foreman is an expert environment artist at CD Projekt Red.
That's correct.
That's correct, there's Mark! Mark! Fucking awesome. See, do you hear him? Does this work? Is this technology working here? Please chat, confirm whether you can hear my buddy Mark. I hear him.
Awesome.
It's only Icy Deck. Only one person can hear you. He's a bit quiet. Yeah, I can do that. I can handle that. I can make Discord louder. But let me change that. I'll get that in a second, right? Let's actually introduce our other guest, my fellow level designer. Senior level designer at that, Darcivius, aka Sebastian McBride. Welcome. You are still. Have I muted?
Still muted.
You
no,
still muted. Man, see, we have the professionalism to pull this off.
No, I just wanted to troll you guys. That's all.
It's the same kind of professionalism that you're used to from from my company work. Okay, what do we have?
Well, Twitch chat.
Okay, yeah. So I kind of gave your titles away because I suck at moderating, but please, Mark, maybe you start. Tell us something about yourself. How have you come into the game industry? What is your history?
What is my history? Well, where to begin? So, I suppose I'll start with my interest in game dev started around Half-Life. The first Half-Life, I was very interested in downloading and playing mods, and began digging into a little bit of level design back then in Hammer, but it was a bit too tricky and never got too far. But when the new Half-Life 2 was on the horizon, just before that, Doom 3 and Far Cry came out, and I really got stuck in then, and eventually found myself working on the remake of Half-Life 1 in Source, Black Mesa, and
this little side project that you've been doing in the recent years. Next to casually making things like Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, you also made the Black Mesa thing happen.
yeah, it's busy.
See, Machiavelli says Black Mesa, I think, is the best remake I've ever seen, Mark.
Well, thank you very much.
He's in Crowbar Collective. Are you still part of the Crowbar Collective? Is that still a thing? How does it work?
It is still a thing, yeah. I haven't been super active of late. Obviously, there has been other projects eating up some of my time.
Yeah. I wonder which one that might be. Fucking awesome. Seb, how about yourself?
Hang on, Mark worked on the Black Mesa remake?
I did, yes.
No?
Did you not know this?
I did not know
that. Wow, look, wow. We're growing closer not only as colleagues, but also as friends today.
No way. That's very cool. Yeah, so I used to be a plumber before I did this, and then decided to change careers because video games are awesome. Gears of War was the kind of the game that went, you know what, actually level design is my jam. Well, not so much that one. Like I had an interest in level design way before then, but like kind of there's a game that kind of kicked me up the ass to go, hey, you know what, let's do this as a profession. So I decided to do that, and worked at a bunch of studios. I actually realized a couple of weeks ago I've been like over 10, 11 years in the industry now. It's terrifying. But yeah, I worked on a bunch of games, a bunch of the Lego games, some indie stuff, and then decided to come over to Poland because I heard the weather was lovely. And then yeah, worked on a little game called Thronebreaker, and also another little game called Cyberpunk 2077.
I think you've been doing amazingly well. And you know, guys, I don't say this lightly. Seb is one of the most talented and best level designers I've had the pleasure of meeting. And the reason why I say this is not because I like complimenting Seb. It's actually quite the obvious. Everyone knows that.
Please do stroke my ego.
But what I do say, and I hope you don't mind me saying that, I really love like your history, because it kind of shows that, you know, in order to actually score a place in the games industry or actually break in, you know, it doesn't really matter all too much what you've been doing before, right? You know, people keep asking me, how do you get into the game industry? Do I need to study something special or anything, right? And it's like, no, not really, not 100%. Sure, it can help, but oftentimes, you know, like it's actually these interesting backgrounds that people bring to at least in our studio, right? We've people who like used to be a butcher, like Anjay, one of our level designers. He actually used to be an architect, you know, and all of that brings a lot of very interesting abilities and knowledge that aids you in, you know, the stuff you do on a daily basis. So, guys, you know, do your best.
I think you're absolutely right, mate. I think just from a creative aspect, all three of us here, you know, we draw on. I mean, when you're obviously in the production phase, you have a research element to that. You know, so you kind of draw from all different experiences, and kind of my experience, and I guess Mark could speak to his, like, you know, having that other outside of games definitely helps in some regard for certain things. So
1 second, I want to balance your audio out a bit, because some people say you're a bit quiet, but I need to turn the game volume down a bit for myself so my ears don't blow out. And now I'll make you a bit louder. And the chat needs to tell me. And you guys just speak. Tell us a funny joke. No funny joke.
No pressure.
No pressure, right? You're clipping slightly. But this should be better now, right? Are they well understandable now? No funny German jokes. Well, you know, there are no funny German jokes. They're a bit louder than you, I think. Well, that's...
Oh.
You kind of... Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've got, why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? In case they get a hole in one.
Oh, fuck. Okay, all right. It's fine now, to be honest. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The joke helped. It fixed the audio. It's all good. Okay. Cool. So I imagine we'll have like some lovely, lovely conversation as we're trying to not step on each other's toes today and cooperate to make something cool. Guys, please feel free to ask some questions, but also understand, it's kind of hard to follow chat. We'll do our best. But yeah, my moderators, Izzy and Yulia, who have been doing an amazing job in the recent times. I hope you guys can actually help moderate this a bit. And if there's any questions that you feel are really, really something we should answer, please drop them in our internal chat so I can kind of more easily keep track of them. Okay, so before we get into Valheim, we still have a couple of things to talk about. First off, you may have noticed so far, but maybe if you've only now just tuned in, today is a bit of a special day. We're doing our first secret level stream, the community unlock that you guys managed to do, which is a special stream with a varying theme. For this first one, and maybe it might reoccur, who knows, we are going to do a two-parter, because what we have sort of on our plate is going to be something that is not enough to do in one stream, right? We're going to play Valheim, and we're going to pretend like the village we're about to build is kind of... we're doing it in a bit like we may do it if it was a game project, right? So we'll go through some processes, describe our thoughts, the ideas we're having when we're actually designing stuff, and, discuss things similarly to how we might cooperate when we're actually working on a game. And that way you get a bit of insight into the process of how these levels and worlds that you may have played and seen in other games, or even ours, actually come to existence. Rather consider it a taste of how it will work, right? Because of course this is very different to build something in Valheim than it is in an actual game engine, right? I kind of imagine it will be infinitely harder. So again, this is a two-parter, the second stream of this. We will continue this on Saturday, probably in the afternoon till the evening, so everyone can take the evening off, enjoy the summer outside, right? We'll not go into late night like we will do today. And so that is explained. I hope that's cool for everyone. Then I also have added a bot command, is !what, and typing that in will ask my bot to send you the link to a document, and this document is the story outline or the scenario that our dear friend Philip Weber, our acting lead quest designer, has prepared for us today, and we will use that as a frame to build whatever it is that we're going to build. I have not really taken a look at it. I only glimpsed at it an hour ago, so we'll go through it together. Don't worry about that. But in case you forget or want to remind yourself, you can use !what, and it will give you a link, which is very handy, I will say. Okay, and then the last thing is, of course, our weekly patch notes, where we go through, updates to the stream. And I have two very important things. First off, I found that there is an actual ability for channel points, which isn't just unlock a random sub-emote, but unlock a specific sub-emote, right? And since that is much better and much more user-friendly, I implemented that one instead. So now you can just, spend 100 skill points, which is super easily acquired, to temporarily unlock a sub-emote, so you don't actually need to spend money to use these awesome emotes, which have been created by our moderator, Kelly Kuhn. Sorry. Okay. Secondly, right now, I'm going on my Twitch dashboard, and I will enable a handful of new channel point abilities that are custom for today's stream. The cost, I hope I've balanced okay for us, because some of them can be pretty hardcore. The gist, these will allow you to influence the development of our little village today, right? And it gives us the chance to somewhat simulate in hopefully entertaining way the environment of a real life game development project. With a bit of chaos, hopefully comes greatness. So feel free to check these out. You may have to press F5, but you should now see like a huge list of new, secret level abilities you can use and unlock. I hope you'll have lots of fun with those. They will certainly mess with our plans to build stuff, and we'll cope with it.
Miles,
Okay.
would it be fair to say that if we are replicating or role playing a development process, that Mark should basically leave and come back in 2 months once we've got the block out done?
Yes. Yes, we'll just yes, exactly. Because usually you guys, environment artists, take the block out that level designers make and make that look awesome and actually good. But of course, for that, Seb and I would need to do our work first. So Mark is now able to kick back for the next 2 months and do something else. One thing I also kind of forgot, now that I've went through the patch notes, of course, I think it's important so you guys know with whom we are dealing with here today, who the awesome people are that have joined me. So where the fuck is my Twitch chat? There you go. So here is again the ArtStation account of Mark, right? So you can check out what awesome stuff he's been making. And for Seb, I actually don't have a portfolio, but you can check out and follow him on his Twitter as well, where you will be greeted by his lovely, very friendly looking mug. Which is just fantastic. Okay, so Seb, very friendly guy.
Of course.
For sure. Okay, Woody Woodchopper, hello. Good afternoon to you. And also, Sylvie, I saw you posting earlier as well. Goodbye, Mr. Streamer. Oh, wow, that was a quick hello and bye. Either way, let's start. Let's get into our project. So what I was proposing is that we will take a look at the scenario that Philip wrote first, right? So we know what we're getting ourselves into. Do you guys have the link? I think I sent it, but I can send it again. I'll send it in our chat. There we go. Actually, everyone else, I think we have the tiny URL. If someone could post that in the chat, that would be cool. I guess I could, yeah. Okay, there it is. Research, you figured it out. Exclamation point, what? Yeah. Thank you, research. Fucking 5 points to research. There we go. That's how you do it, research. Okay. Yeah, all right. So you guys have the thing open. I will actually show it on my stream here. Look at that.
I just want to get this one in before we move on too quickly. Dania asked me before in chat whether he could tell a Star Wars joke. So what is the internal temperature of a Tauntaun? It would be lukewarm.
Oh, fuck no, because Luke used it to warm himself.
Love it.
Yeah, okay.
No more shit jokes from me.
For fuck's sake.
We'll hold you to that.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Don't test me. Don't test me.
So, oh man. So the idea is that this document we have here, this was prepared by Philip for us, right? And it's our scenario that we will sort of, like a quest designer or any from the narrative team would give us, and we try to build with that, right? We're going to assume for the sake of it that this has been reviewed and approved a couple of times now, and we're, as a team, we're relatively sure that this is what we want to build. The reality is, I think Philip first tried this one. For that, it's okay. It's okay. I'll say, Philip, you did a decent job. Okay, who wants to read it? Do you guys, we don't have Sasko here, who is now infamous for making amazing voice acting. No? No takers? Wow, tough crowd. Okay, I'll just go through it. All right. Eons ago, when the Vanir, I think these are the guys from Valheim universe, right? When the Vanir sought to conquer the realm of Valheim by themselves, they built a great fortress made of stone on the slope of a fjord. The gods were punished for their pride, however, as a great sea serpent leapt out of the fjord and crushed the fortress under its body, before returning to the water. Now, there are only ruins where the fortress once stood, and one can still see the depression the serpent's body left on the mountainside. Even now, the great magic of the Vanir is still palpable in these ruins. So Vikings who entered Valheim sought to build a new village on the same slope between the rubble. Okay, that is, since the village had to be built at a steep slope on the side of the fjord, the Vikings had to find various solutions to subjugate the land. The small harbor is built at the foot of the slope where the waters hit the land, with serpentine stairs leading up to the main village. Okay, we need to make some mental notes here, right? Already I can say that looking at Valheim, this is gonna be anything but easy to build. As creatures siege the village regularly, it is surrounded by palisades and simple guard towers that are built into the mountain, roughly surrounding the area where the fortress are. The mountain roughly surrounding the area where the fortress once stood. Between its ruins, the Vikings built terraces with fields, surrounded by short walls to store precious rainfall in the fields for longer before it too flows downhill into the ocean. The wheat from these fields is flailed and eventually brought to a windmill at the top of the village, where it is turned into flour. Why is it at the top of the village? It's a village with a purpose to be defensible. However, as it was built on sacred ruins, there is a shrine to Odin, close to the village's meat hall, where the warriors celebrate their victories against the creatures that keep breaking themselves against the palisades from the nearby deep forests. One problem the village has, as it is located at such a steep slope, is water supply. The fjord is connected to the ocean, so the source of water is undrinkable. A small footpath along the mountainside leads to a Sweetwater River. That same path also leads to the mines of the Vikings, from where they transport valuable ore to the smithy at the edge of their village. The smithy was built with some distance from the other wooden structures, as the huts with their straw roofs would easily catch fire. One place in the village, however, remains empty, as the depression the sea serpent left in ancient times is left as is, to remind all Vikings not to become too prideful. That is a good thing. That is a good thing for everyone. Don't become too prideful. Holy shit. Okay. Now I added this last bit, which is our objective, so you can follow up on that, right? We need to find a suitable place for the village. We need to plan and build that village, following the requirements as closely as possible. We will explain our process. We'll try to survive doing so, and we will have a ton of fun. And yeah, again, you can mess with our process with the skill points, right? That the skill point abilities that we added. This will be extra fun because Seb has never played Valheim before, and I was considering giving us a head start by adding good tools and giving us a lot of wood to start with, but we have decided as a group that it will just be funnier to start completely from scratch and try to get to the point where we want to get to. Okay, guys, what do you think of this scenario?
I don't want to build a mountain path.
Yeah.
You want to, or you don't want to build a mountain?
I built one of those in the world I played with my friends the first time through, and it's painful, man.
Yeah,
the terraforming.
We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do it with palisades or something, like a wooden sort of structure. So, but you see already, guys, this is part of the process. Now, Philip added quite a few things which also kind of we would think about if they had given us less of a specific scenario, right? So, things like the houses being separate from where the smithy is, so the straw houses not catching fire and all of that. It's stuff that we would also consider as level designers and environment artists when we build our things, right? So he made our job a bit easier there, possibly. Now it sounds like it's gonna be pretty hardcore to build this stuff, and usually what we try to do at this point is run away. Yeah, you can see that there's probably some stuff that we will have to compromise on because the tools we're working with, which is Valheim, will not make this too easy. Nonetheless, that also is part of the game making process, you know, coming up with these kind of compromises and seeing what you can do versus what you would like to do. So I think there's quite a bit of stuff to unravel here.
I do appreciate the fact that the quest department has given us a brief which is unattainable in the time allotted, and also now Miles is starting to make excuses for this.
Vive K Poke, please ask your question, so I can try to answer it if I see it. Either way, yeah, okay, cool. It sounds really awesome though. Like generally, I like the vibe that this place sort of gives. There seems to be lots of areas that we can work on separately, and we kind of need to figure out now which ones we should try to tackle, I suppose. You know, which make the most sense.
Well, we're going to have to find a good location first.
Yeah, exactly.
That might take some time.
Yeah, I think we should jump into the game, find a location, and the location needs to be... It needs to have a mountain that is somewhat close to the water. I don't think we'll get a mountain that will go straight into the water to get the harbor. From my reading here, it sounds though that the harbor of the village can have a somewhat of a distance to the actual location of the village. You know, so it's like it could be connected with a road, I think. And yeah, we need, I suppose, we need like a somewhat like a slopey terrain that we can still build on, right? So it's a bit of a hill, but it can't be too much. I think the best bet for us would simply be to look for a mountain that's relatively close to water and has like a meadow area in between that we can use to build. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely stick to meadows.
I'm gonna agree with both of you.
So
just thinking, you know, from the game side, we don't want to go somewhere too tough.
Yeah.
We'll get murdered more than we will build.
So usually what we do at this point also is to, you know, search for references for whatever it is that we do. So yeah, I suppose we should take a look at some, you know, like, because there's Viking houses in so many styles. We may want to settle on like one kind of direction, right? Because there's, even if you Google Viking houses, you'll see there's like so many different variations, and I think it would be good to kind of decide on a brief, or at least like on a rough direction of where we want to take this. And guys, this is part of the job as well, you know, like you can't just start building stuff. You need to sort of plan.
Well, we could always go for Saxons. Would that work?
How do Saxon Viking houses look like? Oh, so they're like the... I see some of them are built into the ground, some of them aren't, with the roofs going all the way. Yeah, I mean...
I think it's fitting. The Saxons were German people.
Yeah, and they're also... They look simple enough to build. They look like we can build many of them really quickly. So I kind of like this one. This speaks to me as one of the bigger houses. You know, guys, usually we would also spend a lot more time... of course, discussing sort of, you know, the meat hall, how that may look like. And we might do that later when we get to that point. But let's try to get to a point where we actually start playing first.
I think kind of one of the things that I definitely do from the just from the kind of initial stages is what I tend to do is take the kind of the brief and really break it down into small bullet points.
Yeah.
And like you can never be too obvious with this stuff. So like it mentions a village. Okay, right. Since a village has been built on a steep slope, well, the first thing there is a village, right? Villages have certain things attached to them, you know. So that's your starting point. Village. There's a small harbor. Okay, so is that used for essentially just the fishing, or is this a trade hub, essentially?
Yeah, I think we'll make it so that it's maybe light on trading, but you know, like, because we need to scope this properly. If we go like a fucking, you know, Catrolda style harbor, then we'll sit here until, you know, next year.
Yeah,
And
no, it's just
then
kind of
Sasko
breaking
will
it down.
never get the DLC questions answered. Yeah, no, but but Seb is making a great point, because that's kind of like the stuff that we would usually do as well, right? Sort of really dissect that document, divide it into more bite-sized pieces so that we have a better overview. However, of course, we are allowed to fail here. We can just build stuff, and I will actually probably split that up during the stream once you two, or can at least start building, so we can sort of make some progress while we kind of organize ourselves. I think this sounds like a good approach. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Hey, Gold Robin. Waldwächterin, thank you for asking. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing fantastic as well. Chat, sorry. This is much harder than I thought it would be to keep track of, the game, my friends here, and you guys. So I hope you can forgive me if I, am not, on it as regularly. I'll try to answer as many questions and check every once in a while, but we're busy today. We have stuff to do. Okay, so what do? I will probably switch to this camera for a real quickly. Then I will host the server. Because oh wait, I need to make a new character. Before I do that, let me have a quick one with the chat. So you guys, you need to help me. Guys, we need to create a character real quick. Let's say 10th suggestion, it gives the name. So the 10th post suggesting a name will be it. Go. What will be the name of my character? Doop doo 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 doo. 1, 2. Klashenkov, hello by the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Birdie. Okay, it's Birdie. Crazy Kitty. Birdie. It's Birdie. It's the scarecrow from Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Okay, what will I look like? Have you guys made yourself some amazing Vikings already?
I mean, I basically look like me in polygon form.
Wow, if I'm really white, I will look at how I reflect the light. People will be blinded by my whiteness. Okay, hair tone. Ooh, all right. Whatever. This is it. This is it. Birdie, congratulations. Cool. I don't want to. So the server with password. Is this? How do I? I'm loading the game. I need to figure out how do I invite you? Do I need to load first? I forgot. It's loading. Oh my god, we have the intro. Can I skip it? Settings? Can I? How do I invite you guys? I forgot.
So if Mark refreshes the join game on the select server, if you set it to friends,
yeah, wait, I gave it a name
password.
and everything. Oh man, this is like mega brain fart, right? So I gave it a name, that's the server name, the password is the second word. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's of course pretty dumb. That's how you do it in video games, where you have lobbies and connections. You have a name and the Dob TF skipping lore. I've played this before. I'm the Odin of Valheim lore.
Mark, are you in? It's asking me for an IP port.
I'm on a black screen.
Yeah, it's
now I appear to be loading. Yeah, I'm in.
You're in.
Should be, yeah. Well, I'm watching the intro. Yeah,
it's quite exciting. I'm Birdie on the bird. Miles would be angry. What would I be angry about? If I could skip Valheim server stuff is weird. I think I will never jokingly participate in such things again. Ah, the birdie thing. That's fine. Ah, yes. This is the world that we will conquer, in which we will build a mighty Viking settlement. Hugin. Oh shit! I almost hit the bird. Yes, yes, great. Okay. Yes, fuck off. This is like Thor entering Wakanda. Oh man. Where are you guys? Guys, I can't do this without you.
I am en route.
Yeah, I'm reading the lovely text.
It wouldn't let me skip it.
No.
I think if you look up now,
I
you
can
should
see you appear you. Yeah, I can see you. Oh my shit. Don't land on top of me. Augie! Okay guys, so Augie is Mark. We almost look alike.
We do. I was watching you do it. You know, I had that ponytail at one point as well, and I didn't go for it.
It's the
We could
Geralt
have been
ponytail.
friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we await Seb.
There's a bird. I see a bird.
That mask! Thank you for the follow. Why are you guys peeing? I'm not peeing, I'm dripping. It's been raining. Okay, wow, calm down, Mark. Mark, we haven't even started
Very well.
cooperating yet. This is for later, when we can't see eye to eye on the design. Oh, this is actually better. Unlike in real life, here we can actually just go out on a brawl to settle our differences. Okay, Seb, welcome to the world of Valheim.
I got
Yay!
a skill improvement point. That's cool.
You
By
got a
punching
skill.
Mark.
You do. You punch and you'll get a...
Oh yes, me too.
level up.
Fuck yeah!
You-
All right,
you
guys.
actually level
Okay.
up. You can grind your fist fighting skill.
This is the best level
Can
designing
confirm
ever.
this is exactly how it works in the office. We just don't punch Mark.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is where we come in the morning. All right. Yeah. So we need to not only find a space, but I suppose it would be a good idea to gather first tools, right? Looking still for a mountain, and it's gonna be tough, I feel. How do we do this the best? Do we spread out? Should have like the.
Oh, Seb's found a skeleton.
I'm punching these birches. So yeah, in the meantime, you know, this gives us actually some chance to answer some questions. Seb, why are you almost dead?
He was fighting a skeleton. You're probably going to want to eat something, Seb.
Yeah, Seb, there's some berries over here.
There's some berries. We've probably got some mushrooms somewhere. So,
Oh, man.
where is it?
How do I control this? Okay, guys. Yeah, so in chat, if you have any questions related to game dev, or just, you know, like now is a good time for us to answer stuff like that, because we're still getting our bearings. Punching trees seems to be an essential part of the level design process. It is.
How do you pick up berries?
You
See
just
droppers.
E
is
on the
interact.
bush. And they'll
Okay,
pop
yeah,
it
so-
out. And, yeah. Oh, I think I stole that.
Klashenkov, don't be sorry. I'm so happy that you dropped by today, though. And hello.
And then, yeah, tab is your inventory, and you can stick them on your hotbar. And then you just hit the number to eat.
Oh shit, you can't. Can I parry with this?
Oh, I just slid down a cliff.
Ha! Burn. Burn! I set a grayling on fire. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. 3 weeks or so? Giro, it's 2 streams. Well, I think we need to get our shit together, guys. Okay, so
True.
Seb, you should either follow Mark or me, but since I can't see you, I suppose it would be Mark.
Oh, that's the point. Yeah, open the map, and you can toggle on visible to all players.
Right, press M, Seb, and then in the
Yep,
bottom
yep.
right corner you can, so we can see each other on the map. Ooh, we're actually not that far from each other. Could this not count as a hill towards the water?
do we have? We need both ocean and a river, though.
Let me
If
follow
we
down.
follow Philip's brief to the book.
Yeah, okay, Dad. Oh, I think is this? Yeah, it is somewhat close to the ocean. Yeah, I think this could do. It's
Just
not like a
that.
real mountain biome, but I think this is it's hilly enough. If you walk over to my place.
Sure.
Oh, this could do. I found it. Fucking hell. Ah. You will have to train harder to defeat me, Grayling. Fuck off. This is our land now. We claim it.
Ooh. Yeah, this could work. But do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a river just over there.
Yeah. Haha! That was surprisingly easy. Do you want to build it up? Yeah, I mean, we must build part of it up here, right? If it said the meat hall and everything,
Yeah, the meat
it's
hall.
up the hill, and then the village kind of goes kind of down almost towards the lake here. We could do like a speaker oak thing. Haha. What do you guys think? This is close enough. It's the
I think
perfect
it's as close
spot.
as we're gonna get.
Hasta Kalista, welcome to this long time no seen.
Very nice.
It really is the perfect spot. Yeah, chat has approved. Philip, what do you say? Does this could this be something that you could see our village in? It's not like it's perfect. He says it's perfect. All right, we got the green light. Quest agrees. Seymour, before starting level design, do you get a place where you have to work or decide by yourself where to build the level? You know what, Seymour, great question. It kind of depends. Oftentimes it actually is somewhat similar to this, just that we don't have to actually literally run around the world. But, in an engine, of course, you can free cam it, right, and fly around. And then we just kind of, sometimes, in Witcher, we of course knew if things would be in Skellige or in No Man's Land or stuff like that, right? But other than that, oftentimes if the requirements were not more specific, but more like, hey, we need the mill somewhere, then we think, yeah, where would a mill make sense in this part of the world? And then we try to build a mill there, right? So it's sort of a bit of a mix, but mostly how you sort of described it. Okay. Where the fuck have you guys gone, by the way?
Foraging.
Yeah.
All right. What do I need to build?
I found some bones.
I need to craft.
We're gonna need a table, aren't we?
How do I? Yeah, but you need.
Oh, I need a stone axe.
Well, we
right?
need a hammer
Lying
first.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like a piece of stone. Piece of stone. Where do we? There's no stones lying around. Ah, there. There you got one. Yes, stone axe and hammer. Okay, so I need one more stone. Fuck off, Hugin, really. No one gives a shit.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, bird.
Black forest. The
Maybe
tiniest black forest. It's like 4 trees.
Are they 4
Franklin!
mile-wide trees?
Or rather, Franklin! Thank you so much for saying that. That's very kind. I'm really glad you enjoyed them. So Medicamentos asked, as a level designer and making games like Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk that are visually stunning, do you think games that look too detailed are taking away a lot of imagination? For example, I'm currently playing Cloudpunk or looking right now at Valheim. My feeling is that visuals aren't really that important as we think. Leaving high details let us imagine things and we save memories much harder into our brain. Also, everyone can add his opinion in this chat. Oh, that's nice that you're inviting them to a discussion. I don't know, what do you guys think?
I think it's. I'd actually approach it from a different perspective in regards to the more detailed environments become. We want to make these worlds as kind of as pretty as possible. Is identifying actually kind of gameplay elements. I think is a key one. Normally there are certain tricks that you would use to kind of identify certain things. We call it like visual language, and kind of the closer we're getting to certain realistic elements. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by a boar. But the closer we get to kind of realistic worlds, I think the bespoke nature of certain gameplay objects then becomes more of a challenge in regards to kind of sitting them within the world and not making them look totally out of place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I
Totally,
agree.
yeah.
I do tend to think that there's an argument to be made, of course, that graphics aren't everything, right? Like a strong art style can, absolutely look better than like a highly detailed environment. If it isn't, I'm sorry, I'm trying to not die to boars, which is
Dude, there's a
difficult to.
boar.
uh, I'm sorry, it's hard to make my point. But I think, games like Red Dead Redemption, for example, which of course are fantastic looking games, but if you look at it, I think there's stuff in there that other games do visually better, right? But it showcases that a really, really strong lighting system and, making sure that your engine and all the visuals you do work with that and off of that can have such a huge impact on how the game looks, right? It makes other things less important. Does that make sense? Have I?
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think detail is necessarily inherently a problem for like removing imagination if it's used appropriately. Like if you just pack a world with detail for the sake of detail, it can become noisy and overwhelming.
Yes.
So you've really got to direct it how you use it.
I think you're spot on there as well in regards to how you use the detail. Obviously, when we make games, and we obviously always have kind of limits in regards to how much stuff we can actually make, right? So whether that would be hardware limits or just time limits in general. So it's like Mark said, it's kind of how you use it, how you use the budget, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I almost killed you. Seb, one thing as a small reminder: falling trees can and will kill you.
Okay.
So we need to actually do the thing. Timber. Okay.
And that's also true. Like this kind of tree, we can't cut those into logs yet.
Yeah, I have. Do you have stone axes?
Yes.
Well, no, we can this one, right? Yeah, it's the birches we can't.
But yeah, I think games are defined by so much more than just their visuals or graphics, right? Like awesome art styles. Like Valheim, for example, is fucking. I think it looks amazing. People are divided about the, like this sort of almost pixely style of the textures and all that stuff. But I think it's like a really consistent and efficient use of, their resources to make something that still looks fantastic and feels consistent.
The game I would go towards would be the Ori series. Obviously not realistic in any way.
Hello, Elusiar.
Visually stunning.
Yeah, Ori is just, oh my god, I think I almost cried when I saw the trailer for the first
It's
time.
absolutely gorgeous. But also, I mean, it is a game, and the gameplay elements of that are just so refined that it's just a hell of a lot of fun to play. So, as an overall package, it's just fantastic.
Okay, guys, so what I would like to suggest is I will build a quick sort of just shelter so we can sleep at night, and do that thing. Maybe you guys can try to come up with sort of just a basic layout and sort of just, I suppose we should just mark where we would like to put which building. What do you think, roughly, so we can at least give it a better shot at composing this somehow, right?
Well, let's figure out where the mead hall is going to be, because that should probably be the center point of.
Yeah, and
The residential
do you
area.
think the meat hall should be in a way that there's this square with, like the snake actually sort of leaving the imprint? Should that meat hall be close to that? Like you almost get out of the meat halls, onto the plaza, which is, snake imprint plaza. sort of serpent imprint plaza. What do you think?
Yeah.
Is that actually does it actually work with the is that even allowed? Is that even allowed? Oh, there's a shrine to Odin close to the village's meat hall, where the warriors celebrate. Okay, that's cool. And one place in the village, however, remains empty as the depression. I think, yeah. So it's not necessarily described. I think these can be married. The whole, like, plaza, the shrine, and the meat hall could probably form like a unison of some sort. And also, actually, now that I realize it, terraforming this to look like there may have been this giant sea serpent that came out of the ocean and just kind of, you know, face planted onto the village may be relatively well possible here.
I think as well, what I would potentially look at is a lot of myths, just in general, are normally based on kind of true life events, right? Especially like from a historical aspect. People make up stories about certain things that happen, but they have no reasoning of potential like science reasons or anything like that. So they come up with these fantastical stories. So in regards to kind of what a sea serpent would be, and potentially even like what would cause that, you know, from an actual kind of environmental standpoint.
Yeah.
Unless we're going all in with the magic, in which case
I think we're just going. I think, you know, you raise a good point. Depending on the kind of game you build, you'll need to figure out whether you like high fantasy, low fantasy. But this game actually has sea serpents. And there is
it's a big snake then.
Yeah, so we can safely assume that literally this happened. You know, whatever Philip came up that at some point in the past, big ass sea snake just went, yeah, I this is the perfect sleeping space, and then just slept on the village.
So how do I figure out how to build things?
Okay, so the thing is, we need workbenches, and you can only build within a certain radius of these workbenches. Okay. So this is like a basic requirement. Then you build a hammer, and with these hammers, you can actually then start making stuff. And I will make like a really simple hut now, just so we can actually have some shelter as our base of operations for the night. Oh, I still have no means of removing.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you guys give me some wood?
Yeah, I got a load.
Yeah, you dropped it on our 2B
I did.
base. You always destroyed it.
There's a lot of wood.
Okay, I'll just make it. I think 3 units wide would be enough for now.
Oh, don't roll down the cliff.
Doop. And you know what? This is really dumb. Why didn't I build the... Ha! Fuck off, bird! Why didn't I build the workbench inside? Because it will need to be sheltered. Otherwise, we can't use it, right?
Yep. You might want to go a bit bigger than 3x3.
You
as well.
think?
And I should add some things in.
Can you
Are
make
we gonna get cozy?
I mean, you know, like we've been buddies for a long time, Mark.
Okay, fine. Okay. Let me help you out here. Then. We can also,
Look, you can help me complete it. I'll just so it's a no-brainer. Look at this, right? Of course, you understand now what the grand plan of this is.
Doop doop doop.
You could make. You don't need to make it 3x3. We can make it even longer, but yeah, the mountain is kind of in the way, isn't it? Can we make? What do we need? Like a hole, was it? Right? I think. Yeah.
Can use.
Yeah. I'm a build one. I have one now. Commence the. Yeah. All right. Terraforming.
What
Can
is this
someone? Yeah. Thank you. Haha.
Oh no!
Terraform. What? Oh, the static.
What's
Hold on.
going on? Why can't I put this?
Because of the, you know, like there's gravity and shit.
No, but it's just not letting me put it. Okay, there we go.
I feel like the chat must be making a lot of fun of us now. As a videographer, I can confirm lighting makes a lot. Yeah, lighting is the shit. Just look at what happened once we put the torch in.
Here we go. And this
Ah,
goes-
Mark.
Why is
Look
that
at
not
you.
working? That's not. They changed the rules.
What the rules?
Wow, this ceiling bit doesn't snap. Does it not snap beam to beam anymore?
It should.
It should, shouldn't it? But it's not. Hmm. I
Alright.
was trying to put the shorter one in there, so there was a little bit of a chimney going on, but it won't snap anymore.
Oh shit, that's at an angle. We can build the chimney on the backside, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
Maybe. I know.
like so. Right? And then we just kind of leave that open. Ooh, there's a rock in the way. That's a bit of a bummer. Seb, stop pushing me! We're doing serious things here.
The rock is now one of the family.
Rock is part of the family? Okay.
Well,
Right.
that's-
You know what? It's fucking dark. I'll,
Yeah, where did the torch go?
Does anyone have stone?
I got stone.
I'll just I'll be the light bearer.
Yeah, okay. Why did I pick an axe? Build a fireplace right where you stand. Okay, or here. Yay! Alright, now we need to
This house is terrible.
Yeah, you know, it turns out that if 3 designers or 2 designers and 1 environment artist build something literally at the same time, not sure. All right, I'll just build a bed over here and another one. We'll clean this up the next
version
day.
control.
Yeah, revert.
Put some walls in.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post. Can't build the fucking second bed, the third bed. It's too close to the fire. Okay, here. No! What? No more wood! I don't have enough. I'm on fire. I'm literally burning. No! Don't die! Okay.
The croaky popping
They
up.
want me...
Good.
yeah, of course I will build the door, Simar.
I built a door.
You built the door?
I built the door. We got a door.
That's my divine right.
Fine.
Okay,
And that's
let's
one.
go.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't...
I can destroy the door.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Your door is okay.
I've stolen your.
My god, but
Okay.
we need... You know what? We need stairs. How about stairs?
Stairs to hell.
Stairs would be great. I can build stairs. I've built
I think
stairs
you need to
before.
do some more hoeing in here as well. It's
Yeah, let's do that in the morning. Let's get inside, sleep, and oh, fucking Hugin on my bed. It's Birdie's bed. Oh no. My bed says Birdie's bed, and it's literally the bird is on the bed.
oh, what I'll just have to do. Does that still let the smoke out? Does he can?
I think
I'm
we're
on fire again. Help! Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Guys! Oh, I'm on full health. I'm not going near the fire.
No, I
again.
think it's fine. It looks fine. No, it doesn't look fine. It doesn't look fine.
It's okay.
We'll
If we
just-
want to rock in the corner.
Okay, we need a third bed. Build a third
Yeah,
bed and then sleep and let's...
I run out of wood.
Okay,
Oh,
we need to get...
Does somebody
we need
make
to
me
get
a bed?
organized, guys.
Can you make me a bed?
I need wood. I have two little
Yeah, me
wood.
too.
I need
I have
one. I need
zero.
one unit.
Alright, well, let's go. Oh, I left a log down here.
One unit. Oh wait, I can just fuck up the torch there.
It's right.
There we go.
It's alright. I got wood now.
There you go, Mark. So
I'm coming.
there's an unclaimed bed. You need to activate it, and then it's yours. That's where you spawn when you die. Then this is kind of like Minecraft.
Okay. I have a spawn point now.
Yeah. Fucking hell. All right, you guys, let's sleep. Let's sleep. Let's sleep.
Oh no!
Why the fuck,
Oh, Mark.
Mark? That's a terrible place for a fireplace in the house. Oh, the fucking
Where did
bird
the
is making
fires
my
go?
camera glitch.
Fire away.
It's incredible. Can you please fuck off, bird? Bed needs fire nearby. Ah, we.
There we
All
go.
right. Okay.
Alright. It got smashed somehow.
Is this a Viele Türenburg? No, it's a place of literally just one single door. Lol, Rick. It's quite the
When I
opposite.
get into bed, my head goes out the ceiling.
All right. Yeah, we'll clip through. Okay. Composure. Nice. We have 3 more hours to actually make some. Okay. All right. So, um, actually, some planning. I think what would be nice now that we have established a little base. Oh, look, it's already nice, kind of nicely angled. We might actually just keep that and sort of convert
I
it
think
into
it's pretty
something.
good.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. You know what I wanted to do is I'll take my hoe. That's such a horrible word, English language. Why do you betray me so? And I would suggest a path. Like I'll carve a path, but it won't be a footpath, but it's sort of the serpent's path. What do you think? So I'll just remove the grass from that. Using the pathen tool. From the ocean all the way there, and then we can use that as an imaginative fault line of where the snake was running. Or lying, rather.
Slithering.
FM Sandals, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Any objection?
I don't think so.
Good, perfect. I'll get to it then.
It's more or less.
It's the bird again. Fuck off, bird. All right, we'll make it like really angular. Like it actually came all the way from here. And I just kind of slither. I'm a huge big ass snake and I'm lying around.
All right, let me try and tidy this.
Yeah, it's not the finest work you've ever done, that, Mark. I'm not gonna lie.
So what I'm trying to do here, of course, is not just kind of make a random path for where a snake would have lied, but I'm trying to make it look nice and curvy, right? Also trying to follow already the terrain how it is naturally, so we have very little, a bit less work to do. Because I feel like the big giant body of the snake could have sort of, lain out here.
So I need to put another workbench down over here, right, to be able to build.
Yeah. If you see, when you get the hammer out, there's circles on the floor that show you the area around the workbench when you're inside it.
Really, fog at the time where I want to show you what this would look like from a distance, we get fog.
This is one thing we don't have to contend with at work. You don't have to wait for the fog to clear to test your sight lines.
Okay. Well, so I'm kind of just rolling. We can iterate on it, but with the idea that the snake body square, as I will now call it, was sort of is central to this as well, right? And I suppose then, oh man, the fog is really not helping, is it? I suppose then that something what we should have is in mind, what I would like to look cool is, suppose people would come from the ocean side, they would dock at the harbor, right? And then we would want to make this to look really awesome, right? Like, it should be a cool vista.
I agree.
Unleash your inner snake, Toastbender. I have already. As a level designer wannabe, would designing levels working together with one environment artist and one writer question help me tons in the future? Yeah, of course. Like, if you can work with a team of people and make stuff that... Excuse me, that would be incredibly helpful, right? And that would be something that, the more real experience you can gather, the better. Okay, again, guys, this is not the actual footpath, although it might be, I suppose. No, I think what would be cool... what would be cool, guys? Visually, if, like, the snake path was, of course, like, slightly carved out, right? Because it left an imprint. But they sort of put ornaments on the sides, like the bones of a snake, like following that trail.
We could use beams for that.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of like beams, and then make like a slightly curved shape out of it, right? And follow that along. That would be cool. Maybe it does. Maybe it is also the main path. I don't think it necessarily would be spooky. It could be, but I think we can make it look, that it's not spooky, but definitely maybe spiritual. You can tell it's sort of like, they respect this creature, right? This might be a cool idea. Are you just randomly building stairs, Seb?
Nah.
Is that a yes?
Does that
I'm learning about structural
Okay.
engineering.
Okay, yeah. I think for this part they would probably use the ground much more. But yeah, feel free to play around, of course. Cool. Let me.
Oh no. Okay, good. We're okay. Don't worry.
Okay,
Oh,
Mark.
watch out, Miles.
So-
There's a tree. Yeah, the tree's not coming your way.
So looking at it from the beginning, we talked about this sort of like composing it from the view of the harbor, right? Mainly. Imagining that this is maybe where a player would first start out, right? Maybe the first time you go to this island is but when you dock into the harbor. So let's presume that this should be like the most amazing view ever, right? And give the player all the awesome information they need about the village. Like, oh, it's a Viking village. There's an important mead hall at the top and all that. So I think, I mean, from here naturally it feels like the meat hall should be at the end of this track, the snake track almost. Okay, let's just get to it then. Let's just get to it.
Sorry. Under attack.
I also propose the rule that not only since we cannot actually do it, but oak trees are not allowed to be felled.
Yeah, I like the oak trees.
Yeah, they're too cool.
We can chop them down, can't we? We just can't cut them up.
No, you can. Later on, anyway. I think once you get iron.
Yes,
or
yeah,
copper.
but for now we're.
Ah, yeah.
Oh god!
Sorry, timber. Oh god.
Tree.
I'm so sorry.
Where's that other log I cut down? Oh,
Will your Cyberpunk teammates add a "I want room service" reference? Johnny said hello with a suit spawn, or do I have to do it with mod? You have to do. You do have to use your mods. Is it? No, I don't think you can build underwater caves here. You actually can't really do caves either.
not really, no.
You can't really go underneath the terrain. Yeah. That fucking raven is just not leaving me alone. Okay. Doop-a-doop-doop. Chopping that wood. My axe is almost broken. By the way, Zeb, you can repair tools at the workbench.
Yeah, I saw that before. There should be like a wood axe somewhere on the ground, which I threw away before.
Why do I have?
Right, so that doesn't work as a jump. Well.
So how would you like to start this? Do you think we should build like really rough skeletons of buildings around just so we can lay it out first, or would you like to just kind of decide on a spot and just go for it and build it and then sort of try to align everything else accordingly?
I think we should probably go that way, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Build something. Like I say, maybe we can get the meat hall in and then build around that.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think for like usually probably if it was like a real engine project, I would probably start out, you know, just literally using gray boxes to actually roughly put each building in the village and sort of then shuffle them around until I'm happy with how the composition is. And the space in between, but for something like Valheim, I think it's just nicer to, you know, and more organic to build one building and then sort of build everything else in regards to that.
Yeah, it's not like we can just pick up the foundations and slide them around with.
You know what might be nice if we had an actual pickaxe to get rid of the rocks, though.
How'd you make one of them?
We need some tech for that, don't we?
That's very late. It's comparatively late in the game. I'm considering maybe I should just hop onto my other server and get one. Let's see if we need it. Ooh, kind of cool. It's the Serpent's End Meat Hall. Are meat halls like taverns?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
A mead hall, right? This like the Vikings had, like, that was the communal space, so they all
Yeah.
got drinking there, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think so, yeah.
So basically a pub.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy, Seb.
Hey, with COVID, I'd love to go to a pub.
Which we had this haunted house quest with a well connected to underwater caves in the in White Orchard, right? Okay.
Well, that was the Wraith quest, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed.
I see it. Do you see what Mark? Maybe come down here to the shoreline. Let's make a plan where the meat hall is placed, because then we can actually start the foundation. Seth, also join us.
Where am I going?
Down here by the river.
I can see the top.
Okay. I think a good place may be literally where the workbench is, you know, sort of for roughly where the hall
Been
would
called
be.
like railing.
What?
We got company.
Did I hit you? Is there friendly fire in this?
I don't think so.
Fuck off, Grayling. This is our land. We're trying to build shit here. Oh, fuck. I'm out of
He
stamina.
realized this was a fucking terrible idea.
Yeah. So many
Okay.
regrets.
So, yeah.
Miles, did you answer Count Merritt's question about the documentation?
1 second. I will take a look at it. But, like, yeah, what do you think? Where the workbench is, the old one, the first one, on the right side.
There's one
would
over
that
here, yeah.
good spot, right?
Where you are now?
Yeah, where Mark is. So if you imagine like a pier going into the river here, this is like sort of the harbor, right? And then you come up and it's sort of slightly there. You have like a winding road leading up to it.
Yeah, I definitely put the like the mead hall and potentially the Odin statue as like this kind of the
I feel almost like the Odin statue could be like right in front of it along the road, like sort of, you know, like here. Do you see me?
yeah.
Right? So it's like in front of it, and then you walk up. It's almost like a pilgrimage path, right? Then you would walk up this sort of this serpent road with the spines, the ribs around, right? The bones around, and then you'd make stop at the Odin shrine where Mark is right now, roughly here. And then you'd continue up all the way to like a plaza with the mead hall.
Yeah, as a point of interest, that's absolutely, you're spot on. Yeah, it should be visible and player be able to orientate themselves around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The mead hall. That looks. Do you want the entrance to be on this side?
See, I'm pondering that now.
It feels like it should be maybe angled a bit, like so.
Well, this side faces out here quite nicely. We could do something a bit more Kertrolda tavern in shaped. Maybe not long and barn-like.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
But
that
with an L shape?
if this was the road and you come up from here, right? Like how would the angle be so it looks awesome? I think slightly rotated maybe. No, it doesn't need to be. I think for this it would need to be a bit further in, right?
Can I deconstruct material?
Yeah, with the hammer and
middle
then
mouse.
middle mouse wheel. Okay, I need. What do you think, Mark? We need to move it a bit in, right? I think like almost to here, maybe.
We could, if we go from... I really want to build a deck. Again, like we had on Speaker, right? I really like that.
Yeah. I mean, we can do that.
Oh,
Of
I
course,
quite
but,
like it kind of close on one end to an overhang. And let's try going from
You know
that
what?
corner with that slightly more extreme angle.
You know what? You like I hereby decree you owner of the mead hall. It's your responsibility now to make this meat hall look great within the environment. Seb, I have no idea what else we need to build, but I want to get to the question that was asked
We
earlier
need a
first.
harbor, don't we?
Yeah, I was
Could
thinking
merit
about, I could do the harbor.
could merit a slightly boring question for aspiring gamers working on personal projects. Is it a good idea to practice creating good documentation, design brief, even if it's really simple for those projects? Yeah, for sure. It is always a good thing to have good documentation, but my suggestion would be if you're an aspiring game dev, right, don't get too hung up on it. Like the real meat in showcasing your skills for sure for me would be an actual practical work. Be that building a level, modding something, or I don't know, scripting an encounter in Unreal using Blueprint. Good design documents are awesome, but ultimately they are the stepping stone into, you know, making stuff. Okay,
I
guys.
think I would say to add to that, like if you're talking about an independent project, if you want to make an actual game, even if it's your own project, right, and you don't really need a document to explain to yourself how it's going to be, if you list the features you want, you can stop yourself from too much feature creep or things like that. Like it can help you plan your project, like figure out exactly what you need before you start working.
It sounds almost like the fields are part of the village.
We don't have fields right now.
Yeah, but
forest.
I mean, I can kind of.
We can deforest.
I mean, we can have it. How about instead of having wheat fields, we have like more, you know, like pig pens and all of that stuff, you know, sort of medieval, you know, self-sufficiency little, you know, farms as opposed to like the gigantic farms, which we might put somewhere else. Because then I would build like a little farmhouse here on the left. Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
How about I'll just hammer it in here. I'll just throw it in, and if it sucks, we'll just build it again. Oopsie doo. I just want to be building something. I need to. Where is that thing?
I need so much wood from one wall in. So if you want fields at the back here, maybe we can pick an area to focus on deforestation.
How do you repair again?
Open
the
the chest and the chest, yeah, the bench, not chest. And then on the right where the list of tools are, there's a button. It's just repair, and you just click it until it stops making noise.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can't pick what you repair.
Okay.
So maybe if this is the road, then that would be like a little something leading towards that here. Doop-a-doop-beep. Alright. Yes, and I could, yeah, this just works nicely. Build like a, yeah, okay. So we went for these little, for lack of better words, triangular shaped houses, right?
Yeah.
That go directly into the ground with their ceiling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Down to the ground.
Alright. Okie dokie. Alright, I'ma build this shit. It's gonna be the best Viking house ever. Oh, this bird. Alright, you know what? You're fucking tidings. Who gives a shit? Can I turn off the bird? Alright. Did you experiment with canalization systems for Night City? And if so, why is there none? You know, sewers are not the most fun to make. let's keep it at that. I made so many sewers for Witcher 3.
I am gonna throw it out there that medicamentos.
Medicamentos, yeah.
Yeah. Did you experiment with the canalization systems for Night City? And if so, why is there none besides some casino? So that casino is the gig that is in Charter Hill, and that was one of mine. I designed that one.
Oh. Good fucking job then.
There you are.
Alright, do you think we should go to bed? Because it's getting kind of dark again. It's getting so dark. Dark to see.
It's really awkward to build out into the water here.
Yeah! Let's go to bed.
Yes.
Alright, well I'm waiting for you guys. I'll just quickly go through chat. Let's see.
Where's my bed?
So did you all hear about that Toastman Toast Carrier docked in... Isn't Kujira in Diablo? I don't get it. Okay, what else? What else? Doob-a-doop. Doo-doop, doo-doop, boop, boop. For some reason... my activity feed stopped working. That's very tragic. Okay, what else do we have? Guys, you've been posting so much awesome stuff. I'm sorry that I haven't been following up on this. It's actually surprisingly difficult to split my attention between these fine gentlemen and you awesome people. Ah, yes, I like my streamers medium rare. Okay, I'll try to do a better effort now. Have you played Valheim a lot? I actually have played Valheim a lot. Will the server shut down if I leave? No. It might, right? Yeah, I think I'm hosting this.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. Because otherwise I would have shown I can show you my old village after we conclude this, if you would like to see it. Then I can show you what my first Valheim village looked like. Why the fuck am I building stuff in here? This is not what... That's a side. I saw the hut.
You can finish fixing the floor.
It was unfinished, and I'm like, need to finish hut. Need to finish hut. Now I'm gonna build my own hut with blackjack and hookers. Woo, party people. But yeah. So if you would like to see what I built in my first run, which I was actually quite proud of. I am more than happy to show you guys our amazing little village project from then. For fuck's sake, why can't I? Man, we need better food. I need to cook some.
I was just thinking that. I have got a neck tail. I killed a boar, but he didn't drop any meat.
I actually can't lower the ground further here. What the shit?
I was having trouble with that as well.
Did they change that?
Might have done. I know before the way it saved the change in height data for the terrain could cause quite a lot of server lag. So they might have reduced it slightly.
I increased the height again. For fuck's sake. No! How am I supposed to finish this?
It takes it from wherever your feet are, or it should do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's different. It used to be like, okay. Oh, it doesn't go lower. Okay. Sunquad, I saw it the first time or the second time. I just didn't get it. I commented on it even. And Pavel didn't make you clean up the mines from... I mean, the mines is literally, you know... He was the one who couldn't finish it only after 20 tries. Oh man, this sucks. Like, I genuinely can't flatten this area here. That's very sad. Okay, I guess how do I cope with this? Oh. Spark, hello, welcome. This sucks. I can't make this go away. I have to dig, but I don't have digging tool yet. Is there a tool for that?
The pickaxe lets you.
Oh, the pickaxe. You know what? Oh shit, I can't log onto my other character without kicking you. We need pickaxes though. What do we do now?
Yeah, this could be a problem.
Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Alright, this is a bit of a problem.
Why do we need pickaxes?
So I can actually terraform here and make... Yeah, actually... Yulia, if you could do that, that'd be fantastic. If you could just bring one, that would be enough. But bring the antler pickaxe, please, because the other ones we can't repair. I'm having... one of my mods is bringing a pickaxe around. So we can properly terraform this. I mean, this is a bit of a cheat, but like pickaxe you'll only get after you do the first boss. I'm not sure if we should dedicate to that now. When our main mission is to build. Look at them. Oh my god, that neck is attacking our workbench. Okay. Well, in the meantime, what I will do is I will repair our existing... Actually, I can just continue building this. What the fuck? Why not? Oops. Sunquad, that's a really good question, and I'm afraid the answer is sadly no. I do have my test that I used to apply C project. I do have some of my student project files still. I guess they would count as close as you would think. But other than that, I, you know, when it comes to my Warcraft 3 mods, for example, I don't have anything. Max Darko, I've played a lot of this game. Let me check. I'm not gonna take this. I have played 131 hours. That's a lot for me.
That is a lot. I don't think I've got that much on it.
But it's been a long time, you know. It's like... When was it? When was everyone playing Valheim? I think last year, right?
No.
Was it last year?
No, wasn't it in the spring?
Was it in spring? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Really?
Only a few months ago.
No. No. What?
Yeah.
Don't say things like that, Mark. Ooh! Spark! You passed your exams? Did they go well? Last summer. I will trust Ellen Firiath here more than you, Mark. Last summer. It was last summer. It must have been. I insist.
I remember everyone kind of...
Steam page, Valheim, release date 2nd of February 2021.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, but... Okay, alright, okay.
It might have been in early access.
It
was in early access for like a long time.
Oh, sorry, Spark, to hear that. Team of a field. Isn't Team of a field a 6 though? Usually? At least in my time at school, that was. I think. Okay.
Yeah, before it was on Steam, I can't remember how long, it was a project on some forums and things for quite a long time. So Valheim has existed in various states. But
Okay.
yeah, it was this spring when it blew up and everyone was playing.
All right, Mark. You win. You can have this one.
As it should be.
You can have this one.
I built the front end of the meat hall and
I'll come take a look soonish. Man, this is
I presume this is the front.
Seb, how are you liking Valheim so far?
It's fun, man. I dig it.
We haven't done any digging yet. Okay, sorry, that was actually, that was so painful. I can't believe I've done that.
Just hoeing.
That was really bad. All right, guys, are you ready? I'm building a door. Boop. There we go. Yeah, I built a door. No one here can stop me. Should be like a... I think I like this better. Have a slightly larger opening.
Did they not just have like a build mode on this where you have like...
There is, but you know, that's less fun, isn't it? I'm free from my NDA for the next 5 minutes and can talk about whatever the fuck I want about the levels I made. This has got to be a trap. I'm not sure I can trust you on this, Medicamentos. Maybe, you know, if that hadn't been a team of a field. Sorry. I think, so I can actually just, I mean, it's so weird to just talk about a thing I made. But I can mention stuff that I've worked on in the past. Which game would you like me to talk about? No, see, Kit Kat Kate, I'm not sure. Like, is there a chance you might be teaming up against me? Cyberpunk. It's always gotta be Cyberpunk. No one cares about Witcher nowadays, you know. But at least it's not Thronebreaker, right, Seb?
Mate, I knew you were gonna go there.
You know, guys, Seb worked on Thronebreaker, which is a fantastically underrated game. It's a fantastic game that's been very underrated. That's how I wanted to say it. Sorry. And he's very bitter about it. You can tell.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, so that's all that matters.
Okay. Cyberpunk. What was your favorite locations in Cyberpunk? What was your favorite location? Didn't I? You mean the parade? The carnival. He says the carnival. This what we're doing here. This is carnival. The parade. Well, you know. Thank you, I guess. No, I only inherited the location, but a lot of work went into making that, or finishing it. Let's say it like that. But yeah, that's actually a location I worked quite a bit on.
What about you, Mark? What was your favorite location?
Konpeki Plaza and V's Mega Building. Oh, very good.
I think, well, the one that I worked on, it would have to be, I don't know how to name it. We knew it was level 70.
Ah, you mean like where you go? So
Yeah.
yeah, there's spoilers here, guys.
Yeah.
The Johnny quest where you storm the Arasaka Tower to get
Yeah.
alt, right?
2020 Arasaka. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I
Never
remember
fade away.
that story. it's, it's a location with yeah. Okay, I see. I love the whole beat. You know, like when you play it and the music and everything is fucking awesome. You also did an amazing job arting that, by the way. I think it looks quite fantastic. It's almost sad that it's like a relatively short gameplay section only.
I know, right?
Oh shit, my moderators can't go into the other world because that's of course also hosted by me. I need to have some dedicated servers for this shit in the future. Oof. So we can't get the pickaxe unless I go grab a pickaxe.
Tricky.
Should I grab one? Do you need one? Would it
Might
help?
be handy.
Should I grab
I'm
us
not,
some
in, I'm
bed?
not in desperate need of it, but
Wait. You guys say I can get one. Okay. There seems to be some development. Well, yeah, so there was Konpeki Plaza was also mentioned. Very cool, very cool. That's one of the earliest locations I worked on, but like towards the end I wasn't really too much involved in it anymore. Because I just had too much on my plate. Someone else took that over. And I'm actually quite happy with the final result. Javier, like the environment artist on it, made it look fucking amazing. But yeah, Konpeki Plaza is a location that was super old, actually. Like, in terms of, you know, when it came into existence, during those, how long was it developed? 2013? No, a bit earlier than that, I suppose. 12?
yeah, 2012 sometime.
Like 8 years or so, yeah. Doop 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 doop. By the way, also medicamentos, I can answer your question. Of course, I'm also fixing bugs, so you know, like all of the locations I work on, their current ones. Ha! Not all of them. Many of them. So I sidestepped your question. Do mega buildings go downstairs, by the way? Isn't there literally one where you go into the server room? Isn't that on a lower floor?
Yeah, that's one I worked on as well.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's in the
I
basement,
kinda-
no?
Yeah, they do. There's actually two. Well, there's a few actually. I think there's the one that's in Watson, and then there is one. I forget where it is. Where there's combat with a cyber psycho. I think down there. That's on a
No,
different
it's a different one. That's where you actually go and sort of you have to hack these servers. It's a gig in Watson, I think.
Yeah, there's that one, and then there is another one.
Are there apartments underground? No, like as far as I know, the bottom of a mega building has the whole, you know, earthquake stabilizers and all that shit going on. Wait, so what's the deal with the pickaxe? Mod person. Look, actually now it turned into a bit of a hobbit den almost. Well, okay. Like, actually, I want to keep the flavor of it actually... Why can't I... What the fuck? Bird? It was the bird, okay. I want to keep the flavor of it, actually the roof kind of just moving into the mountain here. I think that's kind of cool, into the slope. But I'll have to carve it out from the inside, of course, so it's... yeah, but I think I'll keep it like this, so it just kind of vanishes into... Wow, it's 1 unit too short, isn't it? It has a weird proportion. Oh, well, fuck me. Creep Slasher, thank you. Thank you for the follow, buddy. Okay. So, since I've been promising also to kind of describe our thoughts on this, right? One thing we're doing right now, or at least I'm trying to take care of, but I know the other guys here care about this a lot as well, is what we and also other artists in general refer to as composition, right? So we want to establish like a nice sort of postcard picture view when you come from the harbor, which in our mind is the point where the player would step into this world, right? And that's an important consideration to be aware from where the player will come and you know, what they will see from that perspective. Now, in open world games, that can of course be difficult because they're open world and ideally they allow you to move in freely through the area, right? But let's presume for the sake of argument that we literally actually spawn here at the beginning of the game, whatever, cutscene time, Odin's bird drops you off right here, and what do you see, right? So for that, we try to, you know, utilize very basic compositional techniques. You see here, angles work really nicely in general. Mark hasn't just built the tavern in a really awkward way. And actually, it's almost, you know, it's like very fascinating. I'd like to say that we are not even actively talking about this. And you see Mark being the amazing artist that he is, he's already been kind of sort of using nice angles that complement the overall shape of the terrain here, right? The way our road is eventually supposed to slope up. And you can see how from here even, when the player spawns, this meat hall will eventually be the most awesome, you know, the most inviting looking building. Right now it is the left one because simply of the fireplace burning there. We've talked a lot about the, you know, usage of light to guide the player. And here you can see it very, very much in action. But I suppose, Mark, the meat hall, is it going to be higher than that? Or is that the maximum height of it already?
It's going to have roof. So it'll go up, I don't know, 1 level, maybe 2. Actually, no, it's going to go up more than that, isn't it? Because we can't do flat roofs really in this.
Yeah, it should be higher than the average building, right?
It
Because
will,
right
yeah.
now, yeah. Okay,
At the
yeah.
moment, if you come around the back, it's like a Western film set facade.
Yeah.
Really?
Whoa, wow, it's just a trick.
Yeah.
It's like just a matte painting. Guys, let's go to bed. It's getting very dark. Wow, it's super dark. The nights in this game are really dark. Or Julian, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great time. And I hope you're doing well. What do we have? A meat hall. Yeah, a meat hall.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Creep Slasher. Hey, again, thanks for the follow earlier. Tancho, probably a very subjective question, but once you're familiar with an engine, even working on a professional level, how long would it take to get started on a different engine or get to the same level? Are they similar enough to make the transition easy? I would generally say that yes. There is usually a lot of similarities, and case in point, I've actually, oh, thank you, Kitty, for the pickaxe. How the fuck did you get that one? Awesome, I got the pickaxe. All praise Crazy Kitty, our mod bringing us the power of the antler pickaxe. If you guys need one, I don't know if she dropped off multiple, but if you need one, let me know. We can trade this. We didn't sleep,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
nice.
we're not yet.
Nice emoji combination. So I'm glad to hear. Oh, thank you so much. Right. So in regards to the question, Tancho, generally game engines have a lot of similarities. There's of course also some differences, but these usually are easily picked up because, let's say, the workflows and the pipelines, the basic principles, all mostly remain the same, right? So it's kind of like using Photoshop and what have you. What's the tablet thing? I actually have it on my iPad. I forgot what it's called. Fuck. You, Kelly Coon, you know the app. Procreate. There you go. Thank you very much, Coot Merit. You know, and once you've used Photoshop, you'll probably open up Procreate and find a lot of things that are very familiar to you, right? And that will allow you to get started working with those tools really, really quickly. And I find with engines, it is mostly the same. I don't know. How about you guys?
Generally, yeah. Certainly the most popular ones right now. Unity, Unreal, CryEngine, I guess Lumberyard to a certain extent, are all similar enough that once you've learned one, making the jump to another isn't too painful.
Yeah, I think one thing I learned early on in my career was that, you know, at the end of the day, these things are just tools that you use to create things, right? And kind of as Mark said, that the consistency across the board for a lot of things is similar, just because it makes sense, you know. I think Unreal have had a big hand in that, to be fair.
Yeah, I think recently there's been a push towards, I guess, standardization, just because, I mean, game devs move around quite a lot. And so game studios, it's in their interests to have people able to get up and running with tools very quickly, and so the tools are fairly similar. That's done half the work for them.
Yeah. Julian, I'm sorry. I think I've seen your message, but I think that's stuff rather for our technical support team. I probably can't help you with that as much as I would like. I can send you the link to our technical support team, though. They are usually very responsive, and they, you know, will get to the bottom of your problem. Pablo, I'm not sure which one you're referring to be honest. Maybe you can send like a screenshot or something. Guys, I've been carving stuff out with a pickaxe. It's great. It's the best carving I've ever done. I want to make this 1 unit longer. Because then the proportions will be a bit nicer. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. I need to come up with a chimney design for this one then. But that's cool. Let's do it. I'm sorry, I would like to, but I don't recall. Wait, is there a restaurant outside of Konpeki Plaza with glass walls? Oh, yes, I remember that place. I think did we just do... That was actually... Is it by the waterside? Sapphire, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great time here. I actually did make that, yes.
What did you forget you made?
There's this restaurant place by the waterside, in the close to the Arasaka waterfront or close to Konpeki Plaza, which is literally by the shore side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy restaurant, right?
Yeah, it used to be.
I only know the dev things.
Yeah, it used to be called the Fancy Restaurant because, you know, it was fancy. Actually, yeah, man. I feel like Obi-Wan in this thing. Like, yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah, these places, some of them have history. Some of them are just meant to look nice. But, you know, I appreciate that you actually, that you remembered it and that you saw it. Oh, come on. I don't think that snapped correctly. Oh, well. Okay. Guys, I tried to finish building this thing real quick. I used to be much faster with these things, but then again, I didn't need to wait for like a pickaxe. usually. Again, Crazy Kitty, thank you so much for bringing that by. It shall make our lives so much better.
Oh my god, this foraging for wood is driving me insane.
Yeah, you know, usually you later on in the game you get, of course, higher quality access, right? That will allow you to make this stuff.
Axes, and there's the deforestation ability.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, the one that lets you
All right.
chop quicker.
Guys, so I'll finish this up really quickly and then talk a bit more about design stuff. Oh fuck, speak of the devil, Seb, I need wood now. Because I really want to actually cozy this place up real quick and then kind of talk a bit more about what our plans are going forward with this. With pickaxe monopoly. Guys, if you want the pickaxe, you need to pay me the big bucks.
When you're going to start demanding wood.
Yes.
50 wood for 10 minutes.
I'll rent it out to you. So have we decided on a direction where we are deforesting, by the way?
I've just been thinning for now until we have like something slightly more. Oh my god. Tree apocalypse.
Oh shit. Versus
There was lots of times where one fell over and about 4 trees then exploded.
In almost all quests, there is an opportunity to get to the location with a double jump, tech perk, or body perk. The player can find ways to the roof from the side of the location, sometimes not even enter the location and move through the cameras if he's a netrunner. Were the level designs inspired by Deus Ex when designing gigs? By the way, most of the levels have lattices with ventilations. I used to be designed for flat hat. The latter part, I would just flat out deny. No, I think they're often just a visual thing because ventilation is a big part of, you know, a very, very hot Californian place. In regards to the first one, I mean, I think the bigger inspiration really is just generally how, you know, role-playing games and pen and paper games specifically work, right? In allowing players to, you know, utilize a wide set of different tools and abilities that they pick to do simple, even simple things like breaking into a spot, right? And sometimes, in our game at least, these don't provide intentionally don't provide like a huge advantage over like one path over the other, but they're like a flavor thing, right? Your character that you're playing or role playing may not be the guy that decides to, you know, knock on the front door, right? Even though they could. You always have to break in through the back, you know, and sneak inside, even though you may have been invited to the place. And we kind of tried to give players this freedom. God, this dude tried to kill me and I killed him right back. Or maybe he wanted a hug. Of course, you know, as individuals, when we talk about the individual designers, you know, each one of us has their own inspirations for what they're building and how they're building stuff when they work on a level, right? And it's oftentimes very simple that, you know, different designers are shaped by the games that shape them, right? Like, I think that holds true for me. I think that holds true for Seb and even Mark, who technically, you know, I'm saying that way, of course, but it's while you're not technically a level designer, Mark has a very strong understanding of how level design works, given his years of experience, and naturally, then that's why I, as a level designer, feel okay including him in this. In this club of very exclusive people. Oh god damn it, I need to...
Honorary level designer.
Yes, you're an honorary level designer, exactly.
I mean, my interest in game dev really started with level design. It was getting frustrated, you know, once you're level designing for an existing game, you can only really create stuff within the world, or maybe bend the assets a little bit. And to create something truly unique, you had to learn to make assets, and that's how I got into the art side. and then just sort of never went back to the level design. I found the art was too much fun.
Yeah, you're really good at making substances as well nowadays, right?
Oh yeah, materials.
Mark once made a meat tunnel just because he could. And it is exactly what you think it'd be. Including teeth. In the walls. You can check it out on his art station, I think.
Yep.
In case you ever wanted to see what a meat tunnel looked like, you know. Because it's, of course, a burning question of our times. Oh, man. The benefit of having to do what I'm doing right now is, of course, that I'm gathering a lot of rock, I suppose. Oh, that kind of meat, like literal meat. And it kind of tells you a lot about what kind of person Mark really is as well.
Does it?
Having said that, you guys, what are your games that you would say, you know, shaped you as developers? Seb, maybe you can start.
That's a good question, actually. I mean, I think. Let me think about this for 2 minutes. I think it depends on. So I obviously have favorite games, and then obviously games that I appreciate just from kind of design perspective and kind of how they're built. But depending on kind of what I'm working on, that will differ as well. When I do research, obviously I kind of find certain games that I potentially could pull inspiration from that are not even necessarily in the same genre. You know, there's a game called PlanetSide 2, which is one of kind of all my all-time favorite games. It's like a first-person MMO, and kind of a lot of little combat kind of pillars in that game. I took a hell of a lot from in regards to creating encounters, even though that game is an MMO, so you're fighting, you know, other people, whereas say in Cyberpunk you're not. You're actually fighting AI. So for me, that was kind of an inspiration in regards to kind of how certain locations are structured, kind of how the lanes are set up within each of the kind of combat spaces, so on and so forth.
I reply to that in a second because I think it's a really good point, but I also want to first thank Corpoik, of course, for leaving a sub. Thank you so much for 2 months. You're awesome, dude. I hope you'll keep on being awesome, you know. Not necessarily because of the sub, but be nice, be nice. Stay healthy, all the best, lots of love. You know the drill. In regards to what you said, I actually think that's a very valid point there. You know, that the cool thing is with a game like Cyberpunk or even Witcher 3 or, you know, even Assassin's Creed, all that stuff. The games of these size, it's kind of cool as a designer because it allows you to imprint your own flavor without necessarily conflicting with the consistency of the entire game, right? Actually, it can be in part beneficial because you can have, you know, like Seb's location, even though you may not realize it when you play it, but they will feel slightly different to the ones that I made, for example, right? I think that keeps a degree of freshness when you play the game. Lol 3K, thank you for the bit. Mark, what are your games that you know power you as a designer, developer?
Well, obviously I'm a big Valve fanboy. Pretty much all their games, all of their first-person games, I've played a whole lot of. I really love how good they are at melding their, not just art and like location style, but their art style with their gameplay. I think it's something that not many studios do quite as well as they do.
Right. Portal, for example. Although, I mean, it didn't necessarily start out as their game, as I understand, right? But would that be included in that?
Yeah. Oh, totally. And Portal's a very good example of that.
I kind of
Yeah.
carved out too much of the mountain. Sorry,
Yeah, I'm trying to talk and also think about the floor plan of this at the same time.
That's why my description was broken. I'm like, oh, hang on, I'm going to do this.
My mind is... Yeah.
I'll worry about making that rock shape look natural later on. Yeah, I suppose for me... oh man, there's so many. You know, there's so many series that really I enjoy, and I think I'm in the lucky position where, like, you know, I see it similar to Seb, of course, that there's games that I admire for their designs, and then there's games that I would consider just my favorite games, but often enough for me these coincide in God, I can't, in you know, they overlap essentially. So I think one of the big ones is, of course, the most of them stem from my childhood, I suppose. The Legend of Zelda series, right? Which to this day keeps inspiring me for things like how they're able to teach the player mechanics through the level design, right? I think that's admirable and something to always look at and respect. You know what? I can actually change this up a bit. What else? What else? Dishonored recently, of course, has been, you know, a series that I only stumbled over relatively late in my career, but that I just am absolutely fawning over at the moment, which my colleagues more than would know.
You like that game?
I do like that game. Actually, I remember there was...
Why is there not a lower tool for the terrain? I can raise it, but I can't.
You need to get a pickaxe for that, which I have. If you would like to use it,
I would love to.
yeah. Drop by my hut. I'm gonna give you the antler pickaxe. It's made out of antlers. Hence his name. Of course, Super Mario, right? But that, you know, not so much. I think if I had to pick between Zelda and Super Mario, you know, there's one true winner. There can only be one. Guys, I've started to use beams. Ooh. Wait, I should have used whole ones, I think. Like so, I'm trying to build a chimney. No, I think this is how I get stuck. Oh no. Oh no. Do I have... I still have some wood. Doobie doop doop. And now? Fuck. And now I says... stone? How do I not have stone? What the shit? I should have plenty of stone. I thought I had plenty of stone. I would like to remove these planks. Flatten out the ground over there a bit. No, that's raised ground. Oh shit. Ah, yes. And booyah.
Uh-oh. I need to get your axes ready.
Ike dear rallies the creatures of the forest. Oh no! It is.
Oh no!
Is this war?
Might be slightly under.
Seb, we're being attacked by forest creatures.
Oh, that's fun, I guess.
Alan Furious, I would love to. I think this is something we should totally do. Now that I have the Elgato, right? Urban Serenade, long time no seen. Hello, hello. I remember you used to drop by in the past as well. Fuck. It's just boars though, thankfully.
Just
right?
balls and necks, yeah.
Alright, I can handle that. We can handle that.
So far, so good.
Is that it? Is that all you have?
Oh,
I'm almost
here's
dead
another
though.
ball.
I'm almost dead.
Yeah, I'm not doing too great.
I'm coming to save you, Mark. No.
I'm on 5 health. There's another one.
Let's fuck these guys up. I'm on 1 health. How about that? I'm gonna
Oh.
flee in your fake meat hall.
Well, good luck with that.
No, I need to run
It's only a
inside.
wall still. There's another one. Oh no! Oh no!
Did you die?
I'm dead.
It's calming down though.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
so glad.
Wait, where the fuck did our beds go? Oh no, that's the one that I built. Fuck.
Wrong
Take it back.
house.
Okay, let's go to bed real quick. It's dark. Can't see shit.
Miles, just come here a sec.
Our fire turned off, right?
Well, no, I put my bed in a.
What are you doing? You're literally teabagging Mark. You didn't even kill
I
him.
can see this. Can someone come and free me from the house?
I'm torn.
Oh, yeah.
I can see you teabagging me in the distance. I'm stuck. I might have put my bed in the wrong place.
Mark, you're free.
Oh, free. And now I feel cold. I wonder why.
Okay, so I died before and I have no claws now. How's that
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to bed, and then you can go to your corpse. There will be the yeah, your loot.
I got my gear back, I have no claws now. So.
Yeah, you need to equip it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should be in your inventory.
My first Zelda game was Breath of the Wild 2. Man, that must have been one experience. I mean, I really enjoyed playing Breath of the Wild. It was quite magical for me. But of course, it wasn't my first Zelda game, right? So it's of course a bit different. By the way, guys, how about we learn how to cook food? But that's awesome. How did you like it, Alan Furious? By the way, another game series that, of course, you know, is From Software's games. Right, I'm a big FromSoft fan, and they educate my design, I would say, more so than I would like to admit. Not necessarily in terms of difficulty, right? Obviously not. Guys, I made cooked meat.
Mate, I
You
got
can-
some tail.
You
Let's
can,
stick some tail on there.
yeah, you can, yeah, you go get that.
And some boar meat.
So you can't build underwater, right?
No, you can try to kind of build like a pole and then build on top of it.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah,
to
you
be a
need
bit.
foundations.
I've once built a
Does
whole
the,
bridge over a river, which was such a pain, but
Does the pole have to touch the ground? As daft as that sounds.
It
Yes.
does.
there's actual sort of static in this game, yeah. Should it be this? Yeah, maybe that looks really bad from the top. It looks odd. Well, but I'll keep it for now.
You have an intense chimney.
Dude, chimney is my jam. No! Do you have some wood?
Yeah.
Can I get some?
You want this?
Yeah, and the other one. Yeah!
Uh,
And the last... No, I think you can't see that one, so it doesn't matter. Haha!
you
Excellent.
also need.
What the fuck is that? And why if you set yourself on flame and
fire.
now it's off? What have you done to it?
It was a fire safety. It was a test. It didn't work.
Why are you building that? Just you know, like, do something like this. You can build like a small frame, for example, like so.
You can, yeah.
Right? And now you have a fireplace. Actually, I do think though that in the front it would probably be sort of open. Right? Look at that.
It probably would.
And then, you know, you build kind of...
That's something, right? I'm gonna take that away.
Don't you have a meat hall to build?
I got bored. It's too big.
God damn, Mark. It's not nearly done.
Do you know how much wood this needs? Thanks, bird. I suffered a mortal blow.
We're starting to take a really look good
Getting
shape.
there. Got some structure coming on.
Yeah. Mark, what do you think of the Steam Deck, Danya asks.
I'm very tempted. I haven't slapped down my money yet, but...
Are pre-orders still possible?
I believe so. You go into a queue. And the earliest ones are like, it's like beginning of the year.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's nice. It is pretty high, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm quite tempted. But I'm sort of holding out. I'm looking forward to, I forget the name of it, this open world Pokemon game. Because I haven't
announced the name for it already? I'm not sure.
They have this one that's Oh man.
I think we have a few Pokemon experts on the chat. They will let you know. Cue the furious typing.
Yeah. No, Pokemon Go.
He's already a Pokemon master in that. Is that enough? Yeah, look at that. It's a less intense chimney. Legends. Legends
Yeah,
Arceus.
yeah, no, that's the one.
That's literally the name? What a fucking stupid name.
Yeah, because it's like in old-timey. It's old-timey.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Like feudal Japan.
Wait, that's where the name comes from? That doesn't strike me as feudal Japan at all.
What?
The title.
Well,
Sasko!
it's legends, right?
Sasko, hello, welcome to the chat. Hello. How are you doing, buddy? Okay. Look, here's the plan. I need to get more wood.
It's always need more wood.
It's always more wood.
I remember when we were like, should we pre-gather some wood? And we're like, nah, it'll be fine.
Oh shit. I almost dropped a tree on our house. Look at that. Oh wow, that missed it only so barely. Versatog. The Witcher 3 conveys just an amazing Slavic spirit. The game essentially consists of Slavic songs and the spirit of Eastern Europe and Slavic countries. Was it difficult to create the atmosphere of Night City and create references to America in Cyberpunk 2077 while living in Europe? You know, one thing of course it was quite, you know, like a sort of jump from what we've been doing previously, right? But what you also must not forget is that the studio grew quite a bit, and with that it also became quite a bit more international. So we have lots of folks from the Americas, for example, right? From California and other parts that, you know, could help make this stuff. Besides, as developers, you kind of need the ability to sort of slip into other people's shoes, right? So we did a lot of research, of course. Just kind of looking at that to make sure and gather references like we did earlier with the house. I don't know if you've seen that with the Viking village style, to sort of make sure that we create an authentic looking place. safety guidelines, Sasko, are completely being ignored. Sasko said that he came over to check whether we're building it according to safety guidelines. If you just need to take one look at what Mark is building, and you will realize that there's probably 0 unions, there's no insurance in this world, nothing.
So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Obviously, with Pavel being the foreman and coming on the site, is in my plumbing days, if you wanted to look busy, then and you still wanted to just kind of mooch around, is you just have a screwdriver or a spanner in your hand. When they have questions, because it always looks like you're going somewhere to do something.
Ah, you made yourself look busy even though you weren't.
Fortunately, that doesn't have the same effect around the studio, does it?
I think people are questioning why I was walking around the studio with a spanner.
Yeah. Just tightening up the level design on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just tighten up those level design screws and suddenly the level design becomes great. All right, look. This is what we're gonna do. We have ourselves a proper chimney.
I'm out of wood again. This is the worst.
Could this be the proper roof piece for this, maybe? Wow, I used to know all of these things. Maybe like so. Okay, all right. Let's just add a little bed into this and then call it for now. We don't need to do a whole what the shit? Why is it turning off? Was that a rendering thing? No. Oh, it's turning off because it's not getting enough air.
You're choking it.
Yeah, fuck me. I am. Alright, fuck it. I don't have time for this. I need to build more. Like, we can do detail later. Now is the time to build. Yes, yes. Okay. Bed. Bed. Where is it? There we go. Now this will be really shitty to sleep out. Aha! Okay, we'll keep it like this for now. What the shit? There's something really wrong with this. The Outsider, thank you so much for gifting subs to LOL3K TV. Awesome. Also, Eric Neo, thank you so much for the subscription. I think it needs to be bigger, but I don't have time right now. I don't want to try to... I think this is... I'm stuck now. No, no, I'm not. I am. Fuck. Well, I'm literally caught between a rock and a hard place now. Ooh.
I just got obliterated by a tree.
Okay, but we have this, and so let's do some...
Mouse, can you just come let me out of the house again?
Yeah, 1 second. I want to... Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna come and let you out of the house again. How the fuck do you get stuck in our house so much?
I need to move my bed. I got a tree fell on me. Or rather, I cut down a tree and knocked down another tree which fell on the first tree, which catapulted the log into the air, and that fell on me.
It's quite a convenient excuse though, Mark.
You really need to move the bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the bed.
Blinkovic, thank you for the follow as well. I hope you're doing awesome. And Lol3K, thank you for the 1 cheer. Okay, you know what? I might not be mentally ready for what? Hey, pal, will you still evaluate memes about yourself on Sunday? It took a toll on my mental health as well, I feel. Like, I aged a couple of years. So I'm gonna